We've got The Guardian now, and people are upset at the millions spent trying to rescue the Titanic submarine victims, Paul.
Oh, unbelievable. See, OK, I'm going to exactly like Victor did. Let's just read the headline and go from there, shall we? Disbelief and anger among Greek shipwreck victims. Relatives as millions spent on Titan rescue effort. Now, for me, these are two separate entities of stories. There is something that happened in the Atlantic with billionaires on a submarine, and there is something that happened in the Mediterranean Sea with migrants also on a boat. At the end of the day, the victims suffered the same fate. Okay, they died irrespective of their backgrounds, and that's the point. There's the only point to this story is there was two different. Okay, I'm willing to be challenged on this, but the main point of the story is that. One was the poor victims were migrants, and the other is the poor victims, and they can't be poor because they were billionaires.
Yeah.
And therefore, this is just a cultural story for me. This is a cultural war story, and they basically want to point out they're using it, they're leveraging it to make their point.
Yeah, but it's two different stories, because one, there were multi-millionaires in a submarine with a PlayStation joypad. I don't know who you're going to send in there, Laura Croft. But the other one is migrants, and the energy and the media campaign on both stories are two different. Like, I didn't even know about the Greek tragedy until recently, but the submarine one, that's everywhere. And it's just another case of when the super rich are treated differently to people who are less well off. We're treated like Oliver Twist.
But in fairness, I mean, it was a huge story because of the drama of it. I mean, it was the Titanic, so I mean, this is a huge, cultural and social and historical event. And also, there's the chance that they could still be alive because they're possibly trapped in the submarine. I mean, it turned out that it imploded, so they weren't. But that drama, that tension of them possibly being alive, is the thing that made it this huge story. And they're billionaires and all the rest of it. But I mean, people seem to be forgetting. They're saying more money was spent trying to rescue the sub. It's like, number one, there's a chance they could be alive, so they had to spend money getting there really quickly. Number two, it's 4 kilometres under the sea. I mean, you can't just like blow in your thumb and, jump in the water. You need specialist equipment that's going to be incredibly expensive.
Yeah, but what money was spent on the migrants? Well, they have a little boat, paddle, those swimming floats.
I mean, I don't disagree with you. It's not a bad point. I think they're two different pots of money, though. It wasn't like the choice was we're going to send a ship and men that way to help people out, or we're going to send a ship and men that way to help people out. There were two different pots of money and two different issues. And
also, we've got to remember that the two of the people on the Titanic submarine were migrants as well. There was two British Pakistani men. So the man Shaz.
So wait a minute. There was billionaires, migrants.
Oh,
was there donkeys as well?
Migrants
sounds like Noah the submarine.
Migrants can be very rich. So yeah, I mean that's generally the two ways.
I don't even believe there was a submarine.
It's a hoax. The whole thing was a hoax.
Just to stop getting any more Ofcom complaints, I would just like to point out that the submarine was real.
It was absolutely real.